Hello, DOGTV. Joe Myers here. We're back. Another DOGTV chats. These have been so much fun. I hope they bring a little joy, a little entertainment, and most importantly, a little education. That's where we're at today. We're talking to a doctor about a whole bunch of topics. So I want to thank you so much for joining us. This week, we have some amazing guests coming up. We have Bobby Lyons talking about nutrition and exercise. We have the nation's sexiest male vet, Dr. Evan Anton. And then on Friday, we're bringing you a concert. We did it last Friday. It was a ton of fun. Golden Wolves, Susie Steinman, gonna be a blast. But without any further ado, please welcome my guest today, Dr. Liz Bales. Welcome, doctor. Wonderful, doctor. How are you today?
I'm awesome.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I want to tell the audience a little bit about your background. You're a writer, a speaker, an inventor, a founder, an entrepreneur. That's all. You do way more than that. You're also a doctor, a veterinarian. You've been featured on ABC News, Cheddar, Fox News, Vet Candy. Over 18 years of experience. Is there anything else I missed before we dive into today's topic?
I'm dating myself here, but it's 20 now. 20.
That's 18 years plus. It was a big plus. It was a big plus there. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. Today, we're going to talk about two topics. The first one is sort of the update from the medical community on COVID-19 and our fur family members. And then secondly, we're going to talk about adopting a dog or any animal during a global pandemic. So the floor is yours.
Well, it's an awesome time to have pets in our lives. And, you know, when we're in our regular lives before whatever that was, March 16th, you know, we're busy and we're out and we're doing things. And so like, maybe it's not the right time for a pet. And then the shutdown happens, and all of a sudden it's seeming like a really good time for a pet and a really good time to sort of reevaluate how things are with the pets that you have. I have a dog and a cat, and I've had the best time in the past month. You know, I'm looking for silver linings because there's a lot of not great things happening right now. So I don't want to say it's all sunshine and roses. But I've had a great time with both my dog and my cat, sort of reacquainting myself with them from a relaxed perspective. And I'm doing more walks with my dog and all kinds of cool training things and bonding. And so, you know, they are a silver lining in this hard time.
Awesome. So what's the current medical update on what's happening with COVID? I know you're diving into the deeps. Before we started, you were talking about a whole bunch of medical things that I missed out after college science. I'm done. So what's this current status, the understanding? We hear headlines that are outrageous. What do you know right now about COVID and our fur family members, including felines?
So the number one thing to know is there's no evidence right now that people are in danger of getting the virus from dogs or cats. That's like the number one thing that you want to start with. So don't worry about your pets making you sick. Mm-hmm. But what we are seeing is that it's possible that we might be able to make our pets sick.
Okay.
So this is a novel virus. And I think one of the things that's causing so much elevated emotions and concern is that we don't know. Nobody knows. This is the first time this has ever happened. So we are sort of, a friend of mine said, learning to fly the plane in midair. Mm-hmm. And so we're getting the information as fast as we can, but good medicine and good science takes time to be sure of things. Definitely. So I'm bringing you what we know today, and that can change. But what we know today is that there's been a couple of dogs around the world. And if you think of the amount of people who've been infected, the only information that we have is a couple of dogs, which is not a lot, that tested positive for the virus. And those dogs were not showing signs of illness. Okay. And we have a couple of cats who tested positive that did show upper respiratory signs of illness. And then we have the terrible and also fascinating news from the Bronx Zoo about the tigers that were showing signs of illness. Now, all of those pets lived with, and the tiger was being cared for by a human being who had the virus and was shedding it to those pets. And that's pretty much all we know. There's no evidence, like I said, that those pets can give it to you. But while we're learning and these things are unfolding so quickly, we like to just make some rules about what we call abundance of caution. So we want everyone and every pet to be safe. And the best way that we can do that is make sure that nobody gets sick.
Love it.
So for dogs, because most of your audience is dog people, we want to make sure.
Cat people. We love cat people.
Yeah, I'm definitely both, but I love my kitties. The social distancing is going to apply to pets too right now.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're out walking your dog, you want to make sure you're not getting too close to other people, which means your dog shouldn't be getting too close to other people.
Fair.
And shouldn't be getting too close to other dogs. In addition to everything else, now's not the time to need an emergency vet visit. Nobody's got the cash laying around or the bandwidth to do this. Mm-hmm. So we don't want to get dog fight or anything like that. But also, the more we keep our dogs away from each other and our dogs away from people, the less likely we are to have that problem. If you are sick, and particularly if you know you have COVID-19, you want to do your best to isolate yourself, not only from everyone in your house, but also from your pets.
Sure.
It's a sad thing because we want the comfort of our pets when we don't feel good.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for sharing that update on what's currently happening. If you have any questions for Dr. Liz about her background, about COVID-19 in pets, or about our main topic today, adopting a dog during a global pandemic. You said it perfectly before, is the dogs offer so much comfort. We have so much time and energy and potentially resources to give to them. What are some tips and tricks that you would give to somebody who's considering adopting a dog during this season?
I think it's a great time. And one of the things that makes it different is you're not going to be walking through a shelter like you would have in normal times. Mm-hmm. So you want to contact whoever you're looking into and a rescue or an individual and kind of explain what your regular life is like and the what's going on in your house so they can match you with the personality of the dog that would best suit your life. Yeah. And once you do that, the number one thing is let's not forget the basics. Flea and tick season is coming. Mosquitoes are coming with heartworm disease. And you're not going to be getting your regular vet checks. So we want to call our vet and make sure that we are doing the care that needs to be done and getting sort of the reminders in place for the stuff that we need to wait for. Mm-hmm. The way vet hospitals work is you go and then you kind of get in their system and they sort of take care of reminding you of your upcoming treatments so you don't have to think about it. But if you're waiting and you're not in the system, it's not a human being worried about you. It is a computer that's keeping track of things. And if you never get in the system, you're not going to get your rabies reminder, which could be a very big deal.
Gotcha. So make sure you have all your reminders set up. Worry about the basics at home. If you guys always, when we get back to normal, the new normal, you're always leaving for many hours, make sure you have a dog that allows that to occur because a short-term relationship could just be that you could end.
And that's one of the other things I wanted to talk about. It's kind of like a vacation romance. If you fall in love while you're on a vacation, I don't know if that's like
for sure. From Greece, like summer nights, right?
You come home, you go to work and you're stressed and you're cranky. You're different. You're different.
Yep.
So the lifestyle that most of us are living right now is really different than our lifestyle is going to be like when we go back to work. And if you're getting a new pet that you're bringing into your life right now, they think that this vacation romance is the real deal.
Yep.
So you're setting them up in a way for failure. Because when you go back to work, they're going to be shocked.
Yep. We have a question about that, actually. We're in the audience. What behaviors do you think you'll see in dogs when we go back to work? They're so used to having us around all the time. What do you think were the most common behavior we're going to notice initially?
I'm really worried about separation anxiety. So that's kind of it's more of a term and a psychological state. The behaviors that you would see are urinating or defecating in the house, being destructive, barking constantly. It's basically a dog in extreme emotional distress.
Mm.
You know, we've set up this schedule, or in my case right now, I don't really have a great schedule. So I kind of get up when I have something to do and let the dog out when I feel like it, and feed him when he looks at me, and you know, that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden we go back to work, and like, guess what? With no notice at all, you now only get to go to the bathroom at 5:30 in the morning, and then you have to wait till 8 o'clock at night, and you had no preparation for that.
Yep.
And you're going to be alone all the time. So we need to think about what our life is going to be like and do our best to set them up to be able to cope with that.
I like it. Sort of getting ready, depending on your personal state, and obviously follow all stay-at-home orders.
Yeah.
Get ready maybe a couple days or a couple weeks. It's sort of like the end of summer is.
I would actually start it now.
Okay. Love it.
With walks and food, bathroom opportunities, and feeding schedules. Do now what you're going to do when you go back to work.
Okay.
And then in terms of getting them ready to be alone, that we can sort of wean up to. So if they're going to be in a crate or alone while you're gone, start now and wean them up in time. And a great thing to get into your life right now while you're home is puzzle feeding. People who know me say, I don't think any meal should be served in a bowl. That is a missed opportunity for a party for your dog.
I love it. I know. It'd be like every day if you can go to a party, wouldn't you want to? I love it. Missed opportunity. I love that, like a missed opportunity to start that process now, giving them to work for their food instead of just kind of putting it in a receptacle. And
my dog is a mix of a herding breed and a lab. So he's got this incredible drive to do a job. For me, he's just a companion. And he's like, what do I do with this job need? So puzzle feeders are really, really good for dogs to be able to not only do their job, but also get this great food reward. It is a party.
I love that you said like your dog wants to work. And it feels like the bowl was used after a long day of work. Like you just worked all day. You had this incredible thing, or you're moving sheep, or you're herding things. I'm not going to make your food work.
Yes.
But nowadays, most dogs, are not working animals. They're companions, they're best friends, and so missing an opportunity to work with them. So let's jump back a little bit to adopting a dog. I want to make sure that we're sticking to that topic a little bit. What would be one tip you have for somebody who's never owned a dog before, or maybe like they had one when they were a kid, and now they have this new dog in their life, and they're trying to train them and trying to be normal and social during a time when you can't be normal and social?
And this is another silver lining. It is probably the best time in my entire life, and I'm not young, to get incredible virtual training and classes, and a lot of it is free. And if it's not, you can get classes either in groups through Zoom or private training with the very best and most famous and educated trainers in the world right now. It is so awesome. It is so awesome. So I think that the first couple of weeks and/or months that you have your pet home is critical. And so lucky for us now that we're home. And if you can get the advice of someone that amazing to sort of learn to speak the same language. I feel for our pets so much the more I've learned over the years. It would be like if you came on to do an interview with me today and I so wanted to make you happy, only you started speaking in Japanese. And I don't speak Japanese.
Me tough.
And then you yelled at me and I'm like,
I would never, but I understand. Yeah.
And that's kind of like what we're bringing these dogs and cats into. Like they don't know what we're talking about. So what training does is gives you a way to communicate using the same language and understanding the signals that you're giving without even knowing. You're giving all these body signals and the dog is learning from you and you don't even know that you're teaching. And a lot of times we are sending a message we don't need to send. So becoming educated about how to communicate with your dog is so amazing, and it's so rewarding, and it's never too late for a reset if people are into that now. But you can go and find the very best resources right now.
I love that. Like I know we did that with our dog. We were at the luxury of in-person training, but sit down with that dog, go through the motions. It's a lot about training you as the owner, but then also the dog as well. If you have any particular situations going on in your own home with your dog, please add them to the comments. We'll try to get to them as soon as we can. Well, Doctor, we are running a contest right now called Dog Mom of the Year. What does it mean? You're a dog mom. What does it mean to you to be a dog mom? And who would you nominate for the Dog Mom of the Year with DOGTV?
Wow, I think motherhood is an incredible privilege. And I see it more as a service than what I get out of it. So as a dog mom, I want to make sure that my dog has an education just like my kids, so that he can live a great life, and that I provide for his physical needs and his behavioral needs. And then loads and loads and loads of love. So my nomination, I would like to nominate probably the best dog mom I have ever known, is a woman named Dr. Amy Pike. She is a dog mom of schnauzers of all different sizes. And she is also a board certified veterinary behaviorist. So not only is she providing for her own dogs that education and communication, but she is providing it for people around the world, and also to other veterinarians, to teach us how to be better dog moms ourselves and how to teach our clients how to be better dog moms. And it doesn't get better than that. She actually is making the dog mom village better for everyone who loves dogs around the world.
I love that she's both a dog mom, but then also teaching other dog moms on what to do from a behavioral, a practical, a scientific level. Dog mom's a lot about heart, but there's some science behind it to be a caregiver. That is an incredible. What was her name again? We want to make sure we get her.
Her name is Dr. Amy Pike. She's in the DC area called the Animal Behavior Wellness Center, but she's another one who's doing amazing things virtually right now. So even if you live, she's in the Alexandria, DC area, but even if you live in California, you can have, just like you're talking to your friend on the street through Zoom right now, you can be talking to her through Zoom, or one of the other people that are in her practice, or doing the virtual training sessions. It's amazing. I mean, I like I said, I think it's about being a parent is about serving, not about receiving. And to be someone who is giving on that scale to that many dogs, in many cases, Joe, we're actually saving their life.
Yep.
But, unfortunately, behavior ends up being a reason a lot of people give their pets away. Or even have they end up being put to sleep because there's not room in the shelters. So this work is saving lives, is forging the human-animal bond, and making it 2 tons of fun. And what's better than that?
Absolutely amazing. I love what you said, that behavior saves lives. And I don't think people realize that. They get a dog and they just kind of assume it's going to speak Japanese to your analogy before, and it doesn't. And if there's not that effort on one side of giving, then things occur. We hear stories all the time. I don't even want to mention them because they do break your heart when you hear them. But absolutely saving lives when you're a dog mom. So thank you for that nomination. We'll make sure to get her information into the site. Dr. Amy, you've been officially nominated. If you know of a dog mom, or you've heard of a dog mom, or you are a dog mom yourself and you think that you are helping out 1 dog, 10 dogs, or even more, go to dogtv.com/dogmom and nominate somebody. You can nominate yourself or somebody else. We have incredible partners from Pet Safe, Incredible Stella, Dog is Good, Happy Again, C4, to give you this incredible gift pack when the Dog Mom of the Year wins. But it's also about the honor. You don't Dog Mom of the Year for the gifts. You do it because of the love. Well, Dr. Liz, can you leave our audience with maybe a final thought on this situation, adopting a dog during global pandemic, and how you're dealing with this as well?
For me, it all comes down to love. We're loving each other by helping our neighbors and protecting each other. and loving the pets in our world. And if you have a little extra love to give, bringing a new pet in right now, and then learning how to speak their language so that they feel the love that you intend to give is everything.
I'm going to say it. I love that. That is amazing. Like, that's what dog ownership is all about, is showing love to this thing that shows you so much love. It's so reciprocal. And we're just taking, 10 steps forward and saying, hey, I'm gonna learn your language a little bit. I'm gonna learn, treats and
anything that you can do today. I think we talk so much about what our pets do for us.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to just plant the seed that we need to think a little bit about what we're doing for them. Because making a great life for your pet is more than food and water and walking. They want to receive your love. They want to understand what's going on in their environment so that they can feel relaxed. And there are so many amazing resources to do that. So if you have a little extra time today, you can check out any of the things I've talked about, my website, or blog, or, let's just look for the resources to think about the inner life of your pet and how to make sure they're feeling the love that you intend to give.
Perfect. Where can people find you if they want to learn more information about you, follow your story, hear about what the amazing work you're doing?
So you can find me on all the social media channels at Doc Liz Bales, and doclizbales.com. For the cat people out there, Doc and Phoebe, docandphoebe.com, or Doc and Phoebe on all the social channels, and lots of other things. Just Google me, you'll find a lot of stuff.
Love it. Go find her. She's been in it for 18 plus years.
Yeah.
A big plus. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you so much, DOGTV audience, for joining us. Tomorrow we have Bobby Lyons talking about working out, being with your dog. The nation's sexiest male vet, Dr. Evan Anton on Thursday, and then our dog concert with Golden Wolves and Susie Steinman. We're going to relax on Friday, enjoy a long week. We all deserve a little love. Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow at the same time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I forgot to hit the stop bar.